having a college degree solves most problems for a person. The unemployment rate is 2 to 3% long-term if you've got a college degree. You will find out that you will make at least $1 million and probably closer to $2 million more over the course of your life with a college degree than without one. People know that. That's the economics. What they don't know is your divorce rate will be much less. You will live 5 to 7 years longer. Your health care will be less. And there's exceptions, but incarceration rates are almost zero. Those are what makes difference. Education is valuable. It is valuable in the past. It's going to be valuable in the future. It'll take different forms. So some jobs, it's going to be more certificates than it's a degree. So it'll be more skill-oriented. So I think there's clearly that move to having skill-oriented, and the schools are going to have to absorb that and deal with it. Then to get to the next part where it comes into is what you talked about is the affordability. It has gone completely out of whack. There is absolutely no question about that. The cost of an education, it has been double the inflation rate, and probably if you looked at it a little bit more over the course of the last couple decades. And the reason for that is a couplefold. The administration costs have gone through the roof. We talked earlier. Strangely enough, it's not the faculty. The faculty has kind of stayed pretty flat, at least in real basis in wages and in terms of numbers. Not a big difference there. But the administration has gone through the roof. And then you look at some other factors on it. We now have degrees that have no economic sense attached to them, where somebody can get a degree, and I almost challenge you, say, finding one academic position if there's any jobs that fit that. So we've gotten into institutions that have no relation to the economy at all. That comes with a cost. Then the other thing we've done is not only in terms of all the administration costs, but what I'll call non-learning costs. We've ramped those up substantially too. I use the analogy of the rock climbing wall. Every school in the nation has got to have a rock climbing wall. I'm not sure that that improves your ability to take the physics test the next day, but we can put that for aside. The reason for those things, though, is really easy. It is federal money. There has been so much federal money that has come into this system that has not been regulated, that it has allowed a system to go forward that's got literally no price competition attached to it. I can charge anything I want because a lot of it's going to be financed by the federal government. That's where you get these ridiculous debt numbers that come into it. And in a lot of cases, though, debt numbers are associated with those degrees I mentioned a moment ago that have nothing, no economic value attached to them all. I'm sure the professors enjoy teaching something like that, but there are just no jobs out there. And that's really what it comes down to. And until we get a little bit smarter on how we talk about federal money going into it, how we get a little bit smarter about holding schools accountable for their graduation rates and the repayment of debt, and as a result of that, put a little bit of fiscal discipline into this game, and all of a sudden take some of these ridiculous non-educational costs, put them over, and finally take the responsibility for running the school and putting it back on the school and not on the federal government, where a lot of these additional regulations have come for the dean of this and the dean of that and all sorts of things. We're going to see these numbers continue to rise. They don't need to, but that's where it is. And that's what's made it so difficult. The education itself is still extremely valuable in a number of ways, as I mentioned. What we've done is we've just removed any type of economic semblance out of the equation at all. And schools today, the good schools understand it, but they're not doing what they need to.